Hello, hello. It's time to get a reading of the day. Feel in, tap in, tune in, turn on, all that jazz. Let's start with a rune or two. We've got Hagalas and Iwas? No. Hagalas, transformation, egg of life. And where is it? Iwas, horse, twin gods, relationships. Okay, so we're still talking about the transformation egg of life, the transformation that happens when the divine masculine feminine within are united and without, as within so without, right? Okay, let's tap into these energies that are floating around. It's crazy. I saw a tarot reading, or came across one yesterday, and almost all the cards came out in yesterday's reading. The King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the World. I forget them all now, but it's just interesting that there's like this, well, it makes sense. Energy's floating around outside, and channelers are basically tuning in to that station and relaying what they're hearing, right? Like a radio station. And so, yeah, when you are balancing, connecting, doing all this releasing work, you're basically taking away static so that you are better able to receive and become a clear channel. I think that's what we are. We're tuners. And we can tap in. That's why I like when Trinity on The Matrix, she's like, I need to know how to drive a helicopter, and then okay, I do now, kind of thing. It's like tapping into a version of yourself that in an alternate dimension that knows how to fly a helicopter. Speaking of helicopters, I've had helicopters in my dream around the same time that I discovered and rode my dragon for the first time. And I'm starting to think that the helicopters are dragons. It was just a thought. Anyways, okay, what's one of these Arcturian keys want to come out for us? Talking about this. Twin gods. Okay, 3 of them. And I'm getting a vibe. Loyalty. The energy of loyalty helps you to remain loyal to yourself. Sometimes this might mean being disloyal to a good friend. Once you've learned how to do this, you can be loyal through and through without forgetting yourself. Yes, it's a fine line. Loyalty and betrayal to the self and to others, right? What else we got here? Connected. The energy of connected helps you to connect your heart with your higher self and listen to this inner wisdom, trusting your intuition. Getting rid of the clutter so that you can better receive, hear, be a part of, take part in. And liberation. The energy of liberation gives you the strength to let go of your judgments about yourself. The freedom that arises strengthens your self-esteem and self-image. Yes, and if you did see my or hear my reading yesterday, I was talking about how I spent hours laboring on creating these patch pants, and then I took one glance, or I caught one glance of myself, and it was my ego that was like, no, it's garbage. Nobody likes it. It reminds me of, I don't know if any of you've seen it, but it's a movie called Carrie, and the mother was like keeping the daughter small and homebound, secluded, by telling her that they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. And it's kind of like that part in your brain that you have to just ignore outright. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Like in half a second, my brain was like, pile of garbage. That's what you and your pants look like. And it was like, holy, that's harsh. Wow. Yeah, ignore those. It's an indication that it's still in there, right? It's integrated. It's part of you. But it's your taking charge of your life and your thoughts and being like, yeah, no, I'm not going to listen to you. Right? Because just like that mother, she just wants to keep you safe and at home with her. Right? Your ego just wants you safe and at home, not taking risks, not being seen, not getting out there, not meeting people who empower you. And then you stop listening to that voice. Then they feel neglected. Okay. That was not where, well, I never really intend to go anywhere. I just kind of let it go where it's going to go. Last couple nights I've been waking up to my neighbors, mother and daughter, fighting, and it was reminding me of my youth going to school crying more often than not. Okay. We gotta let those versions go, right? All right, let's dive into this reading about loyalty to self, about connecting with your higher versions, with your higher mind, with your higher spirit and soul, and then liberating yourself, freeing yourself from those confines, breaking free, being the best you can be. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's do it. Reaching a goal, getting to a high point where you can, well, your perspective is definitely heightened. Right? You have a better perspective up there. You're getting to a place that not everybody can get to or has gotten to yet, right? Everybody's on a different part of the path. You just happen to be at the top of this mountain, and so you can actually see other people's pathways, right? You can see from another perspective that this person has to go to the left to get to the top, and maybe where they're standing, they think the right is the right way to go, and you're like, hey, go to the left, trust me. Yeah, and this is setting boundaries and letting go of past versions of self and honoring them, but it's also a little bit of like resistance towards letting versions go. Okay, we got this 10 of Pentacles here that wants to be yours, and it's powered by the sun. The 10 of Pentacles is all of the abundance. You've got your divine spirit family, team, your family, your friends, your people, your soul group, right? You've got this ancestral bloomage, right? This tree takes a long time to establish itself to this point, and it's bearing all the fruit of all different shapes and sizes, of all different aspects, and then the tree itself is part of the cosmos. So this is like ultimate abundance, and the sun radiating, life-giving, balanced, burning, bright. Yeah, this is the letting go of versions of self and honoring those parts, right? Because we needed them to get to where we are. They weren't just like a quick little non-personable situation, interaction part. Like they're parts of you. They're parts of you. Parts that didn't know better, parts that were still learning, parts that were taken advantage of, parts that just didn't have the knowledge, know-how, right? That we need to honor, hold, give love to, appreciate, but also release, let go, bury, put to rest, so that you can become the Queen of Cups. Okay? And it's fine for you to be in this space and still consider, like, revisit the vault, right? It's fine for you to go and bring flowers and have a moment of appreciation and remembrance, but don't live there, right? Okay, we've got the Temperance. This is that moderation. And then the King of Pentacles down here, the material realms, the master of the material realm, holding this star. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to invest in it? Is he going to put it up in the sky with the rest of the stars? Is he going to keep it to himself? Is he going to share it? Is he going to turn it into this ultimate portal star and behind him, right? But this is it. This is your emotional feminine and your physical masculine, balanced under the sun. Okay, and we've got the Fool and Judgment. Yeah, you need to leap into this role with faith, joy, trust. I guess that's faith. And this Judgment with the angels, this is like Dharma. It's your comeuppance, basically. It's what you deserve. It's the 3-time-fold return on what you've given. Okay? Liberate yourself from the confines, from the past versions of yourself that you may still judge harshly. Right? Judging those past versions of yourself or judging fragmented parts of you. And so to be fully integrated, to be fully whole, you have to embrace all of the parts. You have to seek them out. You have to find them. You have to go back into those trauma moments and find those parts of yourself and love and hold them. Make them feel protected, make them feel safe. That's what the inner child journey is all about, right? Is like tapping in and being connected with your inner child self. What would they do? What would they want? How would they feel? What would bring them joy? And I feel like that's actually the, you know, there's like in church, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, this like divine Trinity. I think it's the parent, the child, and your higher self, right? You have to be your own parent. You have to be your own child. And you have to have the connection to all of them and your higher self. And that's the real balance. That's where the magic happens. Even the maiden, the mother, and the crone, right? The crone, wisdom. It's like the, what is it? Give me strength to change the things I can. Or courage to change the things I can. Oh, I forget it now. Dang it. But you know, those three aspects. The wisdom to know the difference. That's your crone anyways. Okay. I'll be watching this later. Yelling at the, or speaking loudly at the video. Wow. This emperor is in a new perspective and putting to rest many, many things. Mindsets, beliefs, patterns, limiting beliefs, ideas, concepts of how things are supposed to be versus how they are. And he's looking at this Queen of Cups. It could be where, like, what needs to be balanced still within this Emperor is the feminine aspect, the emotional aspect. And this Knight of Wands coming in fast and furious. Knight of Passion. Knight of Messages. He wants to speak, and maybe the time is coming as judged by the angels. Like, look at these two cards here. They're tapping into the same energy here. So could be messages from your angels, messages from your divine spirit team. Okay. Oh, double banger. The Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups. This is the wheel turning in your favor. This is cosmic lottery. And this Four of Cups, right? This is the recognition of the things that need to be let go. This is the process of recognizing. And then this is the process of acting upon them, right? It's like, oh, this is a version of myself or a mindset or a people, place, or thing or whatever, right? And then these are like, okay, put that one to rest, put that one to rest, put that one to rest. And they might be very ingrained. Like it's a process of letting go, of rewiring the brain, especially when it's like mindsets and stuff like that. And this is the tempering. There's always that tempering, the balance in between letting go and honoring those versions that are being released. What's up? What? Yeah, I tried to let you out and then you didn't go out. So she just wants to play, I think. Okay. So fortune follows favorites? No, that's weird. Fortune favors the few? No, that doesn't feel right either. I think this idea of sacrifice, okay, we've got the plinth. It's like sacrificing aspects of yourself for something bigger, something better, something grander. And you kind of have to trust. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, like letting go of something that you always have done And it's scary because maybe you've always done it because it's given you some sense of security. And the thought of not doing it is like, well, what if nothing replaces it? What if, right? What if my security or whatever, right? And that's that blind faith, that's that trust, and that's that sacrifice, right? That choice of, do I do the same thing that I've done every year for 18 years because it gives me some little bit of security for a little bit of while, or do I let it go and create space and trust that something even bigger and better and beautiful and bountiful will take its place, right? But holding on to it is occupying the space and making it so that the other things can't. Yeah, that's the letting go card. Letting go. It's a hard thing to do. It is very hard to do. And yes, I am personally thinking of something specifically in my world. I'm at a crossroads of like, do I go after and solidify this thing that I always do every year for 18 years? Or do I just let it go? And I can tell you right now, I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is your hand in making thing in this union of the masculine and feminine. This is the balance. This is your taking your part in the process. This is one of the things you can choose to do when you're at this point at the top of the mountain. Right? You can stand there, look at the perspectives, help a few people because you can see better, different, whatever, and turn around and walk down. Or while you're up there, you can take advantage of your height, your perspective, and you can do something magical with it. Wow. Wow. Okay, what will you do? How will you turn your wheel? Okay. Liberate yourself. Break free from the old patterns. And that's the thing, right? This thing that I do, that I love to do. I love to do it. This is the energy that wants to bring in the fortune. This Chariot wants to bring in the fortune. But you have to trust. You have to leap. You have to make a choice, right? And even not making a choice is making a choice. Some of us are just like, maybe if I just don't choose, then it will just work itself out. And, you know, that is another way of choosing. But ultimately, you have to commit. You have to put the past, the old patterns, the old mindsets, the old things to death for new life to be born. It can't be I can't be wishy-washy. It can't be halfway. Oops. Damn it. Yeah. It's like getting into something and keeping your one foot out the door. Right? There's always a draft. And you're like, yeah, it's not really getting warm in here, so I'm out. Not recognizing that it was your lack of commitment, your inability to be all the way in with the door shut to feel the warmth of that room. Right? You're weakening it, diluting it, lessening it, not allowing it to be everything that it could have been. That's the wishy-washy, not making a decision. Okay. Yeah, this is getting the death of the lack mentality. This thing is, the past thing that you need to let go of is covering a bare minimum. It's like a false sense of security. It's like a quick fix versus letting that go and allowing the birth of something that potentially can be everlasting, can grow, can, right? Like the thing that you need to let go of, or choose something other. It's reached its height. It's not steadily growing. If something was steadily growing, then sure, keep at it. But if the thing is just producing the same results year after year, well, honey, you are in a cycle. You are in a loop. And we are all about breaking the cycles right now. And you have to be fierce. You have to be diligent. You have to be cutthroat. You can't be like, well, some of these things can go, but some of these things I really need to keep. No, that version of yourself that really needs to keep it, that version, that's the version of you that we're trying to put to rest here. Right? That's the version of you that's still small. You're balanced now. You are integrating. You've done so much work to evolve. Don't allow the fear of the unknown to hold you back from evolving. Okay? Because you've got overflowing cups of abundance. You've got your own overflowing cup to share with others. You have luck that wants to overpour. You've got infinite potentials swirling around you, waiting to burst like seeds, waiting to land in all the fertile soil. This is what you're leaping towards. Yeah, take your experience, take the work you've done, the cycles that you've had. It's time to swirl in a new direction. It's time to swirl in a new direction. Okay, this is about being loyal to you, your center you, your balanced you, your internal you, and freeing it from your own critical judgment of self, recognizing that you deserve more, that you are more, and that you can be more. Okay. Any more of these cards want to come out? The King of Swords. Exacting, cutthroat, diligent, precise. Right? King of the Swords is like the Jack the Ripper of the deck. Except instead of murdering innocent women, he's murdering versions of yourself. Okay, no murder. Let's take the murder out. It doesn't have to be so murdery. It can be more honoring, right? More, yeah, respectful. Like putting them on the plinth, having a special ceremony, thanking them for getting you to where you are now, and putting them to rest. Okay, and this process here that you've done for yourself, that's what's created this emperor, this master, the emperor is the king of all kings. He's got the 4 balanced kings within him. And he's ready to leap. Okay, last time through this deck, if there's any cards that want to come out for this reading today, speak now or forever hold your pieces. Okay. I did a couple chakra cards, so I'm just going to look away and then pull a card. And this is the I understand. This is the crown chakra. This is the, yes, I know what I have to do. I have to let the things go. I have to let the old versions of me die completely so that new versions can be born. I'm going to pull a wild one card. See if any of these wild one cards want to come out for this reading. Oh, 3 of them did. Transformation, impermanence, and choice. Okay. Well, I feel like that's kind of what this reading has been about so far. Okay. Transformation. You are about to metamorphosize your life in ways you could only dream about. You are and will be changing your perceptions at this time. Do not look for predictability here. In the land of transformation, you will never feel prepared, as you are continually spiraling, never to return to the exact same place. Your foundation is shifting as you begin to embrace the new you. It may feel like you're losing your footing for a while. That's good. Change is happening. Stay unattached to balance. It is much like walking. If we stay balanced, we stay still. We would never move forward. If we are always moving forward, we would tire. Both are necessary. Have faith. Your transformation is occurring. You are stepping forward. You now know what transformation feels like. Walk your path and enjoy the changing scenery. Beautiful. Impermanence. There is no harm in letting go, speaks the wild one. Resistance is pain, for it follows you into a tightness of being, around your heart, in your belly, deep down into the pit of your muscles and tendons, ready to snap at a moment's notice. Look into the mandala of life and see the sweet smell of differences, the quiet blend of sameness, folding, opening, escaping, flowing, until all is absolute in its emptiness, waiting to create new space for doors to open and close. Radical change brings suicide to old thoughts and patterns no longer needed. Know that holding on is a longing, not having it the way you needed it to be. So release this prison and you will find an expansive being breathing in life from unprecedented joy and freedom. Impermanence is overwhelming in its necessity to happiness. This is important work. Let go, allow what is, and you too will be free. Beautiful. Wowza. And choice. There is a path of courage. This place of naked choice is sacred in its strength and visceral in its vulnerability. The underworld of your emotion thaws the direction, awakening you from the spell that blinded your decisions. There is a stage for you to play, one foot in front of the other. You are born from the adventure in the womb of listening to the soft, warm glow, unknowing in its depth. You see, wild one, resourceful as you are, your consciousness continually needs to open and sometimes even wobble through the forest in a journey in awareness. With this card, you are being asked to continue to birth yourself, to show up more and more. This is a decision, wild one, a decision only you can make. A choice from the visceral vulnerability of naked and sacred truth. Your theater of the world is in a dizzy holding pattern until you ground and break open the shell from which you were unknowingly frozen. Dig into your depths. Do not be part of your tribe's demise by not allowing yourself to be present. Have the courage to face forward. Choose to exist in every cell of your being. Delve deep in the ocean of your emotion and let it go. Clear the path to true seeing so you can listen and learn, igniting from your very own wild and authentic decisions. This will contribute to karmic consciousness and responsible existence, thus co-creating a thriving, passionate community within and around you. We are constantly asked to make decisions from little to big in our lives. You have a choice, wild one, always. That is why you are being asked. Wow, sorry. That was everything we were talking about. Okay. Do we need one of these animal cards here? Perhaps. Perhaps we do. The sun is shining today. And my moon went out. But that's okay, the sun is out, it makes sense. I saw the moon last night, big Cheshire grin. Okay, what do we got? Oh, we got two, the unicorn and the dolphin. Beautiful. The unicorn. I haven't got the unicorn yet. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago. The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power, and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. Mind's eye. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. The unicorn and the sixth chakra. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. Cool. Okay, dolphin. Where we need water. Dolphin. Where are you, dolphin? I saw you. Innately intelligent healer, light blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts, as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the levels of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on its way. And this is that faith in your higher self, your inner wisdom and intuition when it comes to leaping towards the unknown, right? It's not just blindly jumping into the void. Well, it is, but it's also about trusting your intuitive knowing that got you to that precipice, that place, that jumping point, right? And listening to it when it says, okay, jump now, right? And you're like, but I can't see anything. But you are so connected with your higher self, and you trust that your higher self has nothing but the best intentions, it sees the path for you to get to your greatest and highest good. And so trust it. It's funny because my brain immediately went to like, well, what about that part of the brain where you're standing on the side of a cliff and it's like, jump. Yeah, you don't want to listen to that brain, that side of the brain. And then how do you differentiate between the two? And this is just it, right? Your ego, your doubt, your mind will try to convince you. It'll give you all the reasons why you should or shouldn't do a thing. It'll give you examples. It'll pull from your past. It'll show you examples of your past when you did a thing and it didn't work out, right? And your higher mind, your spirit team, your intuition won't do that. It won't try to convince you because it's about your relationship with it and your ability to trust it. Okay, so that's one way you can differentiate between, jump off this cliff right now and now's the time to move. Now is the time to jump. Okay. Okay, I'm going to recall that. And let's just take these two here. Judgment and hope. Okay. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazier. But we will get one of these key cards. This one here is waiting patiently. I'll have to go play outside with her. Okay. Taking these ones. Vulnerability again. Vulnerability came out yesterday. When my battery was dying and I had to rush through. So we won't rush through this time. Meet Shadow. This little kitten hasn't had the easiest time. You might see him peeking out of the dark alley or quickly slipping out of sight in an abandoned building. What he really needs is some love and nurturing. Don't you just want to take him home and cuddle him? Well, that is what he wants too. Though we may not show it at first, Shadow is the part of us that has ever been afraid, defensive, lonely, hungry, or angry. He is our deepest vulnerabilities. He is the place inside that needs love more than anything, and you are the one to give that love. Look at those eyes. You know you want to. Balance. Meet Varro Tiptoe Sky. She can balance perfectly with an inner precision and assurance. She leans one way and then the other, constantly adjusting and learning where her center lies. She understands the dichotomies, work and play, togetherness and solitude, inner reflection and outer expression, striving and letting go, accepting and changing, freedom and discipline, reason and intuition, spiritual expansion and grounding. They go on and on. Let Varro help you to see what areas of your life are out of balance and what shifts you can make to return to a graceful equilibrium. Amazing. Amazing. And Majesty. Meet Majesty. She lives inside each one of us. She is the queen of the vulnerable heart, the yearning soul, and the seeking mind. She helps us see our majesty, helps us to honor our gifts, hone our skills, and be true to our word. Let us not diminish ourselves with endless self-criticism and self-negation. We must wear our crown of light and love with confidence, grace, and generosity of spirit. We all have something to teach and share with our fellows. Cultivate kindness and respect toward yourself so that your gifts may flourish and be shared freely with those around you. Beautiful. Wowza. Like, seriously. Seriously. All the confirmations that we need here. Okay. Before the sun takes over and blinds this whole reading here, I'll just take a couple of these little word cards here. And okay. I guess we'll take all of those. Empathy, grounding, serenity, wisdom, serenity to know, to accept the things, wisdom to change, courage to change things, and the wisdom to know the difference. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, we got there. Connection, harmony, positivity, vision, and witnessing, with some intention and collaboration and selflessness. Okay, that was way too many. Way too many. But it is what it is. All right, those are the messages for today. Let's take a moment. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Your particular unique resonance is unlike any others. So don't allow your mind to dim your shine. Okay? Take charge. Trust. Connect. And be whole. Okay. Have a great day. Get your face out in the sunshine if you can. And love you. See you next time.